Reapers Underground. We hope you survive.
What is up, my demons? We are back for a double shot. So if you haven't poured it yet, you go for it right now because it is the double shot Reapers Underground Thursday. Wow, Thursday just becomes such an exciting day. Thank you to all of y'all that showed up this morning for the awesome female front-led black metal band known as Erzabet, all the way from Spain. She was amazeballs. But tonight, I got an extra special tasty treat for y'all. That's right, we're kicking off the official Reapers Halloween horror series here at the Underground. And who better to kick it off with is a rising star, a final girl in every sense of the word, and a bona fide fucking ass kicker, known as Chanda Rawlings. Thank you, and welcome, and thank you for taking the time to come and hang out with us here. We're going to be talking about all things horror, and before we get into all this business, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break to our brothers at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. You guys know what to do. I said it this morning. I say it every week. Get your ass down to Villain Arts Tattoos, the best convention, biggest convention in all of the United States. Get your ass there and get a high-quality tattoo from some of the best tattoo artists in the country when they come to your city, your state. And you never know. You just might end up seeing me very, very soon. Look out, 2025. All right. First of all, holy, unholy shit at that. There are so many people that have shown up for Miss Chanda tonight, and I am so excited for that. That's awesome. Hello, Rebecca, Lizzie, Rob Holderbaum, who was with us at Grind. Yes.
Hey,
Cody,
Rob.
my brother, Mr. Nanners himself.
Oh my gosh.
Brother Aaron with me, and Killer Cox, the FX guru master himself. So glad to have everybody here. So this is the time. This is so exciting. Share it out anywhere and everywhere that there is a horror lover in the house that you know of. All right. So welcome, obviously, to the Underground. And you have been a busy bee. My goodness.
Yes, I have.
Especially just coming off of a very, very fantastic sequel. We both did, actually, for Return of the Corn Zombies. Wow, what an experience. It was definitely, it felt like coming back, after I had done the first one. It was like, we never left. I saw so many familiar faces, which was really cool. Just the overall vibe. Everybody was just so into the entire experience. And you guys coming together. Obviously you had a table read and all that good stuff, but when you're actually face to face, getting ready to get down to it, as it were. How was that as an experience for you?
I honestly can't put into words how amazing that entire experience was. I think I met Hunter on Cracula, and I had just met Michelle and Dee on Grind with you. But everybody else, like, I followed on social media, but I hadn't met in person. And I was so blown away just by how incredible everyone is.
Oh my goodness. So much talent. Just, and that's one thing that I can always say about Acrostar Films. They have a way of assembling some of the finest actors in indie horror today, in my opinion. Welcome, Mr. Turkey Man. Trauma in the house as well. All right. We just got a full house for you.
Oh my goodness. I wish I could see who was here. Hello, everyone.
Yep. I just try to shout their names out as we go. And obviously, once having some questions for you, we'll put them up there for you. You best believe. As a matter of fact, Aaron says, can't wait for Return of the Corn Zombies. Oh my goodness. Shoot. Now, obviously, there's only so much you can say about it when we get to that part. So, what the heck? Actually, Turkey Man says, I will have to check it out when I'm eventually ready to get my Turkey Man tattoo. All right.
Hey.
What a way to commit. I'm actually doing something similar. I'm having my logo tattooed on me. So,
that's kick ass.
Reaper is a brand. The underground is a brand. Hey, what's going on? Chris Kaler now in the house. My goodness. He says, hi, Moon Kitten.
Hi, critter.
That's the first thing I said. I felt like we just walked into a disco. We got the stars in the background. It's like, woo woo. Where's the great funk music of the 70s?
Hell yeah.
Really get down with that for sure. Showing my age a little bit, but that's okay. We won't tell nobody. Love seeing all the photos from my friends on that. He's referring to Grind, obviously. Can't wait to see it. The makeup looks sick. Oh my goodness, man. That was my first full-fledged creature. And I'm still wanting to just put it back on. Just hang out in it for a day. What would that be like? Walking down through shopping malls. That'd be so much fun, wouldn't it?
You'd have to put like a GoPro on just to see people's reactions of you in that suit.
It's Halloween month, about to be next week. It's going to be October. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'll hand out
spooky season
and suckers for sure. But how did all this start for you? Getting into the world of indie horror. How did this get started?
Well, the more you talk to me, the more you'll realize that a lot of my life is just one big oops. I got into this by kind of an oopsie situation. I started out on Bloody Summer Camp, but originally I was not cast in that. The original girl that was supposed to play Kimberly dropped out like the week that they were supposed to shoot the pitch trailer. And Dave is a friend of ours from high school. He lives up the road from us, and he reached out to me. He was like, hey, so are you able to help out on this pitch trailer? And I was like, well, I'm not an actress. Is that okay? Like, I'm happy to help out where I can. And he was like, yeah, that's totally fine. So I prepared a couple days, went and did it. I had a freaking blast, but like, I never thought that anything was going to come from it. And I was just like, that was a really cool experience. That was cool. So a month later, he reaches out to me. He's like, so I can't imagine anybody else in the role of Kimberly. So if you want it, it's yours. And I was like, hell yeah, I want it. Like, I loved Kimberly. So that was kind of the beginnings of all of this for me. There's one big oopsie that I'm grateful for.
So literally, this was just by chance. So you weren't actively looking for roles or anything like that at the time?
No.
You just gotta love that.
Yeah.
It makes me think of when I stepped out of doing professional, music, playing, traveling, and playing with bands and stuff, to trying to take this character and cross over and see what it would be like to finally do horror films. Because I mean, since I was a kid, that was me.
Yeah.
I always wanted to, but music kind of got a hold of me first. I haven't completely thrown it away, but I'm definitely enjoying all the different roles that I'm doing and the ones I got coming up. But
Yes.
you just kind of burst on the scene, and your name has always carried a lot of weight, and I think that is really awesome.
Thank you.
For basically just kind of getting started. So after doing that film, which one came next for you?
I did a short film actually with Slasher 15 called Bedrock. That was actually right after Bloody Summer Camp. So I was still working with them and still trying to like figure out like my craft and like how to do this. But the next feature I was in was actually Go Away of Slasher 15s as well.
Nice. Hell yeah. Obviously a different kind of a role, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, that was much different. Just the overall vibe of Go Away is much different than Dave's normal movies, because they're usually like horror comedy. Like there's some fun in there.
Oh, yeah.
It was more serious. It was about a dinner party that gets crashed by 5 intruders, but there's a twist because there's a killer within the dinner party as well. So it was a really, really cool film to work on, but it was very different kind of up front for me because I got my start doing horror comedy and I'm kind of a jokester anyway. So having to kind of turn off like the crazy Chanda and like really dial into the serious, like it was cool to be able to do that so early on as well.
Nice. It's like already kind of diversifying.
Yeah.
Which shows just great range. One thing I can say from being on set with you is that you just have this wonderful, welcoming kind of energy. You're always positive. You're really into what you're doing because, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And you definitely, get it moving. So, yeah, that's awesome. Was this ever a goal of yours previously? Like, did you ever take any acting classes or anything like that?
I took a theater class in college. It's funny because I forgot about it until like here recently. I was like, I did take that theater class. And I also have really bad anxiety, but that's when I realized I had really bad anxiety. So I was like, yeah, this is just but a dream for me. I've always had an interest in it, but like it never really went anywhere outside of like doing church plays and helping out mostly behind the scenes because I was more interested in like creating stuff than like trying to put myself like out there in front of a crowd. So it's very different. It's been different to step into, but like I've really, really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, a very good friend of yours and mine as well, Morgan. He says, working with Chanda was an absolute pleasure. Absolutely.
Thank you. It was amazing being on that set too.
Which I was just telling you the other day. I was like, I saw you. I watched it. Yeah, let's talk about that experience a little bit there in the world of Helvira.
Oh my gosh. So funny story. I had so much fun on that one. Like once I got down to Texas, there's like, usually if I do like a long distance, I'll like put videos up of like my journey down wherever I'm going. Yeah, I love those videos. Thank you. But once I made it to Texas, like as soon as I got there, like the rest of the cast was there and everybody was so welcoming and we spent a week together and everybody just got on so well. It was amazing.
Hell yeah. Tell everybody here in Morgrot land a little bit about the character that you played.
Okay, so I played Nurse Daphne. I am Mr. Nanner's dead girlfriend, ghost girlfriend that he brings back. And I am a bit of a kind of a ditz, a little bit of a ditz, you know. But I had fun. I absolutely loved the process of getting into the makeup for that. So
That was a little expensive.
It was so cool.
Hell yeah. And as a matter of fact, just to let everybody out there in I can't even speak tonight, Morgrot land, you can catch Helvira. I'm trying to remember the rest of the title. It's kind of long. Was it
Helvira's Haunted Asylum of Horror?
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
I got you.
Appreciate that. It's been a long day. But you can catch it now on Amazon Prime. You can either rent it or you can buy it. And I believe if you actually buy it, and it's not that much, people, you get a lot of extra bonus things with it. So definitely think about that, you know, if you go to check this out, because Chanda does a fantastic job. And I was cracking up. Loved it. Loved it. Oh, we got a question for you, Dustin, otherwise known as Turkey Man. Do you have any specific roles or types of projects you would love to do that you have not done yet? That's a good question.
Oh.
Love it.
That is a very good question.
Okay.
I have dabbled with like playing a killer, but I would love to play the killer because like if you can't tell, I'm tiny. I'm 5 foot tall. I'm soft spoken and like normally I'm sunshiny. So a lot of people kind of look at that and you're like, she wouldn't hurt a fly. Normal Chanda wouldn't hurt a fly, but like being able to snap into kind of like a demented, like really fucked up character that's like so far away from who I am, I would love to do that.
See, I think that's just an awesome idea. Every person that normally gets cast for, you know, certain types of roles, like, you know, you've done some like Final Girl stuff, Survivor stuff. So being on the other end of the spectrum, I think would probably be pretty appealing to you. Like, I think I could be crazy. Do you ever say that to yourself? Like, look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know, I could bring crazy.
Every time I look in the mirror, that's what I see. So I know I can do it.
Absolutely. I mean, and nothing should stop you. Do that. It's great to be able to be open to so many different roles. Like, as a matter of fact, I did that myself. I mean, I played a fucking cowboy. Whoever thought
oh my God, dude, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited to see you in that film. My goodness. I was fangirling so hard when I seen stills from that. I was like, that is going to be so good.
Because I am definitely not exactly cowboy material. I love the don't get me wrong. I mean, where I grew up in Ohio many moons ago, you know, it was definitely more of a country style, smaller town. So, you know, just kind of like going back in those thoughts, and, you know, a lot of my friends, you know, had a little bit of an accent, you know, because Ohio, there's two different types. There's the city, and then there's the country people, and then another city. So you got Cleveland, here's the middle of Ohio, Southern Ohio, and then you get down to Columbus, and it's like a whole new world.
Yeah. I drove through there.
But now, you know, I've been in Nebraska now for the past 3 years. So I definitely am immersed in country culture. A lot of I love the simplicity of it. But the thing that I think drew me to it was my love of spaghetti westerns when I grew up.
Oh, so, yeah.
Hopefully you'll dig it.
Yeah, I can't wait. That'd be a fun one to go. Like, I literally just kind of want to do a little bit of everything just to, you know, give everything a try. Like, I'm a huge fan of Doug Jones, and creature acting has also been like on my radar as well. Like even before I started acting, like,
come over to the dark
side. Oh yes. I would love that so much too.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about this one here, the slasher nurse. What is this one all about?
All right. Dude, I'm so excited for this film. Like, I cannot put into words how excited I am. I'm probably gonna say that about every single film I'm in, but like, I'm just excited.
Oh,
All right.
good.
So, basically, the synopsis for this one is a prank goes wrong with this group of
Ooh.
youngins.
Mhm.
So, one of the people in this group ends up getting institutionalized. Well, she
Ooh,
breaks out and decides to wreak havoc years later.
nice.
So, yeah, I'm super
Yeah,
excited.
very cool. Anything that you can tell us about maybe the character that you're playing? Is it a little bit of a different kind of a role, or is it something similar to what you've done?
Um, Macy is the character that I played. Um, she she's pretty close to like almost me as a personality. There's a lot of depth to her
Hmm.
that goes unsaid. And I had fun being able to portray just the depth that Macy had.
Yeah.
And she goes on quite the journey during this, which also made me have to dig into like some things that I've also been through and kind of like relive them and rehash them out through my performance with Macy. Like pretty much
Ooh, okay.
any role that I get into, like I really connect in with the character, and even if it's like a villain, like I'll end up falling in love with them. So
Mhm.
I absolutely loved playing Macy. She's pretty cool.
Nice. I think that's really what makes the characters you play resonate with so many people. I mean, like I say, I haven't seen it firsthand myself. It's so very believable. Because, like I said, you're normally this very, very, energetic, very, kind, caring. But man, when it's like the switch comes on and then action happens, you know, you're right there and you're in that moment. So I that was cool because that was actually one of the questions I was going to ask. Like, how do you prepare for some of these roles? Has there been one that was really kind of difficult for you?
Yes, actually, the one that I just played in Corn Zombies, who
Ooh,
also I don't think you were present for like the very very deeply emotional day.
no,
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
um, I fell in love with the character that Edith is. I've always wanted to play like the hippie type because I'm kind of a hippie type, but she really goes on one hell of an emotional journey throughout this whole thing, and to get into the space of where she was in the most intense moments, I
Hmm.
had to pull pieces of myself that had been through some really terrible things, but it
Oh,
like in a more of a healthy way though. It
yeah.
honestly it was very healing for me to be able to know that I was capable of conveying those feelings the way that they needed to be, and that I was in a safe enough place to be able to do them.
Yeah.
So it was both difficult, but also very healing and just safe and beautiful and wonderful. Like, I Aquastar is amazing, y'all.
And that's the thing. I've talked to some actors and actresses where there was a difficult role that they had to do, but the director was like, "Nope, you need to snap out of it and get into it." You know what I mean? But like you said, and I've said it too. Aqua Stars, it's like a one big set family. That's what I like to call it.
Yes.
It's like if
Yeah.
you're feeling overwhelmed or hey, I need a second, I got to get out of my head, kind of thing. They'll let you do that, and they're
Yes.
there for you. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't quite gotten to that level yet where I'm doing, maybe I'm playing a character that is so out of like my moral center or anything like that.
Mhm.
I know it's crazy, right? I play monsters and I want to bite people, all that stuff. I haven't got to that point. So just listening to that part of your story is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Chris Shern's in the house. Kissing
Christian!
Chanda Productions there says, looking forward to working with both of you guys in the future. Keep up the great work. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. I can't wait.
Grinding every day. And I say that because let's address that film. Unholy shit. So I know in my career, that was the largest like budgeted film, like hardcore, so many like big names, legends, icons in it. What was that like for you?
That was working with everyone was absolutely amazing. Like, oh my gosh, just the talent of that cast.
It was unreal.
And like it was unbelievable, like being around all these amazing people. Like even like the makeup ladies, oh my gosh, they're freaking phenomenal.
Man. They were just out and out fucking professionals. They were right there anytime something was needed or touch ups or this, that, the other thing. I mean, I could only imagine what it's like putting appliances on people all day long because we're not going to give too much away about the movie because I want you to see it. But it was very special effects driven. And it was like in multiple waves too, different action stuff like that. But man, what a brilliant fucking script. How did that movie kind of land in your lap?
That one, let me see. Last year, they reached out to me and were interested in me playing Joey, the role that I ended up playing. And we still had to kind of go through because like all the action sequence and stuff like that to make sure that I was able to do it. And it worked out.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we were all like, yes, I'm so happy for all praise the holy crash pad.
Yes. Seriously, man. Like, that crash pad got some use in that one.
Yes, it did. Oh, because, I mean, we were shooting in movie theater and then different buildings and stuff like that. And some places were questionable.
I was going to say, some of them were really sketchy, but like questionable. Yeah, we're going with that one.
It really kind of ended up working out. And again, another stellar crew. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, let's do a little background, on the film because people have been seeing the stills, but they still don't quite, grasp what's really going on there. So maybe just a little bit about your character.
Oh, my character. I was going to give them a synopsis of the film.
If you want to give that too, you go for it.
All right, I'll go for both. We'll do both. All right. So basically what Grind is about, the synopsis of this one, two grad students are putting on a Grindhouse movie festival. Well, there's this cursed film that, of course, they play and all hell breaks loose. So that's kind of like it in a very small nutshell. I play Joey Scott. I work at the movie theater. I am a very big Grindhouse fan, one in particular being the Subway Samurai, which is funny because I too am a nerd and I did grow up like watching really shitty movies with like my cousins and stuff who were into karate, and like I was that kid that was outside like swinging sticks around and like hanging with the boys and like doing all that. So it was fun to kind of be able to play with like those memories and bring that little piece of myself back to life.
Yeah, like I mean, before doing it, when they approached you, did you think that you were just going to become this ultimate badass?
I mean, there's always hope that I end up becoming a badass. I will not divulge whether I live or die, but you know, my hope is to always either see myself become the villain, be the badass, or at least make it out alive. Like, come on.
And from that experience alone, I mean, did that kind of like ignite a fire in you to maybe want to do more roles like that one?
Yes and no. I like being able to like tap into the physicality of it. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see where things take me, you know.
Where crumbles, that's right. Got another question for you here. Do you have any horror characters, horror films that you love and inspire your work? Wow, what a question. I was just going to say, hey, what are your favorites? So that actually does tie into, we'll make it a two-parter. So what was that one or two or three films that made you go, I could see myself doing this?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a really hard question because I'm just like, I don't even know what films to pick. Like, right? I'm kind of I'm a gore whore. So like anything that involves like a lot of blood and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Oh goodness. Why am I blanking on literally everything right now?
Yeah, it'll come to you.
Like, I like the contrast sometimes between like horror and thriller. Yeah. Where you kind of get that demented character, like it's not necessarily like considered like a horror movie, it's more of a thriller like Black Swan, where like you play the back and forth between like her being this sweet character and like these things are like happening to her, but you don't know whether it's real, and then like you just get this crazy arc and this crazy depth of the character. I admire roles like that where you can really see the progression of the character as well as the actor or actress during that. Let's see what else. I have to go with Sleepaway Camp. That was one of my favorites growing up, as well as I have two older brothers, so they threw me into horror very early as well. Yes. I adore Felissa Rose, and she's always been one of those. She's like the nicest person too.
Totally down to earth. She was super cool to work with.
Yeah, I adore her. But that also kind of follows that same thing where her character has this huge like surprise at the end. You know what I mean? But like it's a very huge arc as well. That requires a lot of depth to go into. So I dig it. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I'm just like, oh my God, what movies?
Well, maybe one from each like subgenre there. You know, something. What was one like really kind of gory one that got you? What was one that was just more on the thriller side of things?
Okay, so I have to gory. Like my mind always goes to Terrifier. Yeah. And I love Art the Clown, man.
David is to this day, he still cannot believe that he is as big as he is. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had the pleasure to meet him yet, but like I would love to because he just seems like super down to earth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I could see you doing the convention route. Yep, definitely.
That'd be really cool because one of my favorite things, despite kind of being more of like a quiet, shy person, I love meeting people and learning their stories and just like, I don't know, I love being around people and like talking to folks, like, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing like the horror community.
Oh my gosh.
They are so
seriously
passionate. So passionate because you know I when I started doing them earlier this year, I was kind of like nobody knows me.
Yeah.
I need to push myself to see, you know what I mean, because my goal is whatever films I'm doing, I should be out there on the front lines trying to push them, you know what I mean.
Most definitely.
get more people to see them, because the world of indie horror, I mean, it's big, but I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's kind of like there's the East Coast, right? Then there's the Midwest, Texas, and then West Coast. Not everybody knows about these films. So
that is very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I think that definitely played into, like I said, some of the success of Attack of the Corn Zombies. So
yeah.
I mean, your name is synonymous with so many of these awesome films. There's nothing that could stop you.
Well, thank you.
You know,
thank
it's just
you.
one of those things you gotta. You know what I mean? You just gotta try it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Cody says short people are crazy and would make good killers. He's actually
see, you get it.
He's referring to his wife, I think. See, because Rebecca here. Currently working on tracking the hurricane I may crash soon. Oh, okay, no problem, brother. Absolutely, you do that. Most def. We'll see you, man.
Thank you for being here, Cody.
Yes, and let's just get that one out of the way. Anyone that's caught in the areas of terrible hurricane going on, our hearts here at Morgrot Entertainment go out to you, Reapers Underground. I'm with you. Stay safe. Make sure you stay that way. All right.
Yes.
And then we're going to let Chanda continue to bring us just a ray of sunshine that you have been thus far. Absolutely. That's really interesting. Somebody was talking about, have you seen any trauma films? Are you a fan of any trauma films?
I have seen some trauma films. I'm actually starting to get into them a lot more now. So yeah.
For you. Yeah. Okay.
I was watching a lot of the behind the scenes of the most recent one. Why am I blanking on the name right now?
Power.
I know Jessa Flux was it. Yes. Oh my gosh. The behind the scenes of that was freaking fantastic.
And a couple people from the Reapers Underground family were lucky enough to be extras on that film too. Johnny Necro and Sugar from the goddamn program on Saturday nights with me. So yeah,
that is awesome.
Those picks, I was like, this shit is ridiculous.
Yes,
this is gonna be something interesting for sure.
It was like they had somebody rigged up. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see that one when it's finished.
Yeah. Let's see. DH says, happy to give Chanda suggestions on trauma films anytime.
Yes, please.
Cool.
Send them my way.
I mean, definitely the Toxic Avenger. If you haven't
my God, yes. Yes.
You gotta get
loved that one.
Definitely. Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Cody. You let me know what's going on, brother. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Aaron just said, well, the Texas Toxic Avenger loves you, and so happy you have found trauma.
Yay.
This is our beloved Texas Toxie. Absolutely. Oh, Rita in the house.
Hey!
Oh my goodness. Good to see you, brother. Absolutely. Don't call me mister. That makes me feel a million years old. Thank you.
It's okay. You can call me mister.
There you go. Lay it down just like that. So actually, that ends up kind of coming to the one question I had for you as well. What are some of your most favorite actors, actresses that you've had a chance to work with so far?
Oh man. Okay, so
okay,
so obviously Felissa Rose will always be top of my list. I adore that woman with every fiber of my being. I love her so much. I had the pleasure of working with Sean Whalen, wrote from People Under the Stairs. He has his directorial debut, Crust, that debuted back the 10th of September, and finally making its East Coast, because I'm an East Coastie, on Sunday this week. So I'm super excited to see that as well. He is fantastic, just across the board, amazing human, incredible actor, and him as a director, just, I mean, he sets the standard very, very high. So I loved working with him as well.
Oh my gosh. Such a good thing, because, you know, I mean, there's a lot of directors, but there are ones that I feel that shine brightest, like, you know, they command, they lead, you know, it's what any of us actors want. It's like, they're not going to just be like, and do your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're helpful. They know what their vision is. And it's super important. So I think that was on your IMDb as well, as a matter of fact. Crust.
Yes.
Heck yeah. Definitely interested in seeing that. Anyone that you hope to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I mean, obviously, Doug Jones. I haven't met him or worked with him, but like, I have adored him my entire life, and I really don't know if I would be able to like not like cry when I first meet him. Huge fan. Let me see, who else would I like to work with? You know, Art the Clown. I mean, that would be really cool too.
Yeah, we all want to work with David. Damn. You know what's funny about that, as a matter of fact, just found out that there is a part 4 in the works.
Really?
Yep.
That is cool.
I'll have to double check it, but I did see it today, and hopefully it's not just. I think it was a credible source, so not one of those like fakey, you know, Facebook, you know, groups or whatever.
Yeah, I seen like rumors about it, but I was like, I don't know, because you can't trust everything on the internet. I was like, I don't know if this is true or not. But that's cool.
How many times have they said so and so is playing Freddy in the new, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then they go, oh, there's going to be a series now on HBO called, you know, Freddy.
Yeah. Apparently that keeps getting canceled.
Right? It's
not real.
Exactly. When are they ever going to Crystal Lake?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be on, I think, Hulu. You know what I mean? There's so many what ifs out there. We don't know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, shit, that gives the rest of us hope. Hey, you need
exactly. Yes.
I would definitely go to Damon Leone and say, you know what? I absolutely love the franchise. Everything about it. Feel free to kill me. Just put me in there. Let me go.
Exactly.
Trust me. I mean, shit. I mean, there are actors that their careers have blossomed because they were murdered. And I think that's great, because I mean, shit, I don't know. How do you?
As many credits as I have on my my IMDb, I could probably count on one single hand and not many fingers how many I make it through alive. So feel free to kill me. Apparently, I die really well.
You know, and that was what I was going to say. You know, there is a true art to be able to be convincing dying on camera. And what is that like for you? Is there anything that you kind of cling to, you know, not necessarily how you're, well, I'm sure that plays in it too, like how you're being killed in the film, but is there a headspace that you get into for that?
Honestly, it depends on the role and how I'm getting killed, because I'm one of those people that like researches the hell out of whatever role, whether it's big or small or whatever. I'll look at what you know a normal body would do as it's being like suffocated or something like that, so I can try to get like the movements down to actually make it believable. and yeah, that's kind of my process. Also, like Headspace, like it again kind of depends on what the nature of the death is. Like, am I scared, or like did I give myself up for somebody, or am I just accepting that this is my fate and dying? Like, and sometimes I'll play with all of those at the same time. Like, so it honestly depends on what the role entails, and just kind of like making it as realistic as possible.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of things that we see in indie film across the board is not everybody can
Yeah.
when they're taken out. So I haven't seen that happen to you, so I may have to see whatever film or that is, which of course we'll get to that in a little bit here, where we can find some of your work, because that's one of the tough things, isn't it? Because we've done so many projects, but they're not all out yet.
Yes, that is my my pain right now, is that a lot of my projects are not out yet. But they're gonna trickle out a little bit.
Exactly right. We do have another question here for you. Let's see. DH says, would you ever want to write and direct your own film one day? Could you see yourself doing that?
Yes, absolutely. I have done writing basically my entire life. That was kind of one of those things that helped me kind of cope with life, is just I just write and write and write. Get a weird idea, I just write it down and like see where it can go. So I do have some things that I have written. It's just a matter of whether I want to place them in somebody else's hand, or take the deep dive and just direct them myself. But I do see that as a possibility for me one day. Sure. I'm not quite there to the directing part yet.
It's a whole different ball game,
Yeah.
Being in front of the camera versus behind the camera.
Yeah.
And I totally think that you could do it. And I think you would be successful at it. But at the same token, I don't think it should be a step taken lightly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for people that do decide to step into directing, because there's so many pieces to it. Like, there's so much to like making a production like successful across the board. And I want to make sure that like when I step into that, I'm not leading my team into, despair. Like, I want it to be a decent experience for everybody, including like the people that support it as well, So it'll come in time, just not yet.
I mean, you still have so many more projects, I think, that you haven't done yet that you want to make sure you do.
Yeah.
Is there any different kind of roles besides being the role of a killer? Is there anything else that you kind of have aspirations for? Because I think you mentioned creatures like a little bit. So is there any particular type of creature that you could see yourself doing, or that you kind of what I mean?
I would love to be all of them. I'm just putting that out there. I'd love to be a vampire and like bite somebody, and go out during a full moon and turn into like some weird looking werewolf, because I mean, this is not a normal werewolf.
That's the first.
Somebody's getting bit and there's going to be cake involved for some reason. I don't know why, but like, I'm going to be a weird werewolf. I'm on board for that. Like, I'm open to being Mothman. Like, any cryptid, I'm on board for it. Like, like, I won't be Bigfoot, I'll be Littlefoot, but I will do it. Like, so I think that'd be super fun.
That totally would. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but is there a little bit of sci-fi? Do you get into at all?
Oh my God, yes. Like, there's so much I want to do. I love sci-fi. Like, anything. I think that's why I love horror so much, is that there's so much creativity. Because, like, I don't have anything against love and romance. Because, like, I mean, I love a little cheesy romance story, but like, I feel like it's just the same shit over and over and over. With sci-fi and horror, you're exploring like the unknown. There are so many things that you can do with it. There's so many ways you can take. There's space that like there's so much unknown about it. There's the ocean that there's so much unknown. So like that's one of those nerd things that fascinates me. So like I'm on board for sci-fi. Put me in, coach.
Well, I've always been a big fan of like, obviously very well done, very well thought out alien movies like The Thing.
Yes.
I mean, I'm huge on that. Huge. And like you said, there's just something very terrifying about what could be beneath the sea.
Yeah.
Not that there's like just some three-headed shark or whatever, the crazy stuff we've seen on the Sci-Fi Channel, but just, something, maybe that was like frozen at the depths of the sea, and somehow, it breaks free and comes back, millions of years.
Yeah.
Later. That type of shit I think is really fun.
They could be like a global warming kick. Like that's like what we need to worry about. It's not the raising sea levels. It's like releasing like, Cthulhu.
I love me some HP Lovecraft. Let's go.
Yes.
Now that would be fun as hell to be in a film that's based on one of those stories.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I have a tarot deck that is inspired by HP Lovecraft. And the artwork is just absolutely fucking phenomenal.
You're going to have to show me this deck. That sounds amazing.
Oh, I will. I definitely will. It's my favorite one. It's the only one that I use now. We've bonded so tightly together.
Yes. It's funny, like whenever like a deck calls to you and you get connected to it. I have one like that too.
So then actually you probably could see yourself kind of doing some occult type stuff.
Oh yeah, I've done some before.
Oh, really?
I've dabbled a little bit.
Right. Nothing wrong with that. Got a little bit of craft going on there.
Yes.
The only reason I say that is because I was at the Halloween store earlier today. It's not Spirit Halloween. It's a different one. It's one that's like a theater store because they have the better makeups and stuff like that. And we just happened to be walking down the one aisle, and there's a fucking Nancy outfit, including the nose ring, the eyebrow ring, the whole 9 yards. I'm saying they done turned Nancy from the craft into a Halloween. You got me fucked up. That's new. That's new for me.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yes. Firuza Balk. Love her too.
Definitely. Let's see here. Aaron says, how about a winged mythology creature of vengeance? Is that something that you could see yourself playing?
Most definitely. That sounds badass.
See? There's a lot of adventure in you, and that's awesome.
I am quite spontaneous, and I do love adventures. Especially if I get to be a winged creature.
Well, sure. Who the hell wouldn't want to do that? With all that power. Yes.
Yes.
Is there any genre of film outside of horror that you might see yourself doing one day?
Well, I actually do have one coming up that is it's like a buddy cop, like kind of throwback to the 80s and 90s film called Motivation. I'm so excited for it.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be working with Justin Markson of Haunt, the clown from Haunt. He's going to be playing the main character that is like an undercover cop. And I get to play a drug dealer's girlfriend in that. So I'm really, really excited for that. Because like, I love that script too. It's going to be so fun.
It's good to see, we've seen so much 80s homage paid in recent years, especially in indie horror. It's nice to see that even on the independent film level, that they're trying to pay homage to. I mean, man, I've always got to say this. It's not just because I grew up in the 80s, but damn it, as far as film, you fucking had everything, the best of every genre there was. You know, like
Agreed.
you said, the whole buddy cop thing. You had Beverly Hills Cop.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? The Sylvester, or not Sylvester Stallone? Damn it! Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he Red Heat, when it was him and John, or not? No, it was Jim Belushi. They were a buddy cop team. That shit was awesome. You know what I mean? We don't really have that today, so that's
No.
very cool. To hear that that's making a comeback as well. Action film as well. I've been starting to see some different action films being done, like Jacker 3, Road to Hell.
Yeah.
You know, the great Phil, Phil Herman. That's right. His name escaped me for a second. Long Day. Yeah, things are really starting to get interesting.
Yes.
So, let's do a shameless plug at the moment. Are there any films in particular that you want people to be looking out for?
Oh goodness, I have a list.
Of course there's a list.
Obviously, Helvara's Haunted Asylum of Horror. I can't talk either. It's been a long day for me as well. We talked about that one as well.
Yep.
It is a mouthful.
Yep.
So that's available on Amazon Prime right now. Killer Campout Part 2 just recently released. It should be going to, I think, video on demand within the next couple months or so. But they mailed out copies from. Yes, that one was super fun. So be on the lookout for that one over the next couple months. Go Away, which I mentioned, will hopefully be going to streaming services by the end of the year as well. Motivation, which I mentioned, is running at Indiegogo right now. We're hoping to start filming in November, which I'm really excited about. My next project after that is called Black Sheep. I'm not allowed to say a whole lot about it, but that one is also more of the thriller side, like horror thriller, which I'm really excited for. It is definitely going to take me on a very deep journey because it follows an indie actress in her experience on a movie set does not go well. So I'll just leave it at that. So I'm really excited to step into that role because, you know, like a lot of the experiences I've actually felt before, and it's kind of like an amped up version of that. And I can't really divulge a whole lot as to like what happens in that story, but it's going to be a good one. That's all I can say.
It sounds amazing. And
yes. So that'll.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that one is good. It'll be filming next spring sometime is what we're hoping for.
Awesome. And where can anyone out there in Morgrot land find you? Let's get all the socials going that where they can find you at.
All right. So on Instagram, you can find me. I am Spot of Sunshine. Facebook, I am under my name, Chanda Rawlings. And I think that might be it. I have a TikTok, but I'm not on there often. I'll work on that. I'll work on it. I know I work as a florist is my main job, and then like I'm filming, so I have like this much time for life. So, but I try to update as much as I can.
Awesome. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here at the Underground tonight. I'm glad we could make this happen. And we can't wait to see what comes next for you. You're definitely branching out and doing some other roles a little bit outside horror. And I think that's good for any actor to do. I mean, horror for me, I know will always be like my biggest love. And I'm sure, you know, as passionate as you are about horror films, that'll always be like your main, you know.
Yes, it will.
But it's still kind of fun to say, "Hey, I'm going to go play a mob guy. I'm going to go play a drug dealer's girlfriend or something."
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
Or a hippie during a corn zombie apocalypse. Please check that one out too. Finishing Funds campaign. Shameless plug.
Still up, everybody. If you go to Indiegogo.com and just type in Return of the Corn Zombies, you can still snatch up some good perks and whatnot. Definitely do that. And thank you to everybody out there in the attic section. It's been a double shot. I've never done it all in one day before, but damn it, it was worth it. And y'all make it worth it. So definitely, anyone who didn't get a chance to see it, you can catch the instant replay on YouTube and Reapers Underground Facebook, as well as Black Flame Entertainment Facebook and YouTube channel as well. And what is for everybody that showed up for you tonight and fans of yours that also showed up, what is your lasting message for them?
My message will always be thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up, showing your support for not just me, but for this entire community, because we could not do this without folks like you. So thank you so much for being here tonight, supporting us and being amazing. Thank you for being amazing.
I mean, you'll never get that in the mainstream entertainment community. That's for damn sure. Humble as fuck always. Without y'all, there's no us. That is just the way it is. So don't forget, coming up this Saturday night, we got the goddamn program. So definitely check that out for our next batch of shenanigans. And, definitely go check out any of Chanda's work. She definitely lets you know. So if you forget, go back, listen to the interview again, and you'll know exactly where to watch some of her work, as well as the socials, so that you can follow her on her journey. And she'll definitely let you know when the films hit. And most importantly, as you're going into starting your weekend tomorrow, it's the last day of work for most of you. Go into the office. Tell your boss, stay heavy.